And welcome once again to another fantastic Minecraft tutorial. My name is Dr. Wasabi, and in today's episode we are making William Afton, or more specifically Spring Bonnie, from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie full trailer. That is right, so for people who don't know, the full Five Nights at Freddy's movie trailer has been released, and with that we have been shown our first images of Spring Bonnie. Now, I say Spring Bonnie very specifically as I think from the trailer this is showing us, you know, the costume that William Afton would wear, rather than the Iron Tomb that he was imprisoned in when he was, of course, spring-locked. So with that, this is going to be a very textured build. Now, saying that, this build is not going to be a full Springtrap build. I don't think they're going to go in that direction just yet, judging from the trailer. So it is not exactly rotten to the core, but it's still pretty mangled in terms of texture. There's some clear damage to the suit, which we will see, of course, in the build. So enough blabbering on from me, let's get in to the block list. So for the FNAF movie Spring Bonnie build, you will need the following block items: anvils, grey concrete, cyan terracotta, light grey concrete, clay blocks, white concrete, quartz slabs, smooth quartz slabs, iron trap doors, iron bars, stone brick walls, polished deep slate walls, polished deep slate stairs, yellow concrete, yellow wool, yellow terracotta, stripped oak wood, and sea lanterns. So those are the blocks you'll need for today's build. Now, for my survival players, my main advice would to be collecting these 4 blocks like so, as they make up the entirety of the texturing and main color variation of the build itself. So make sure to collect as much yellow concrete, yellow wool, yellow terracotta, and stripped oak wood, as that comprises the majority of the building materials. Everything else is more in a technical sense for very specific parts of the build, like the teeth, or kind of little bits of gadgetry, and kind of the spring lock costume, endo, what have you, kind of sticking out of the matted fur, and all sorts of other stuff. Okay, so with the block list out of the way, I think it's time to get in to our time lapse. And we are back from that amazing time-lapse, folks. But before I show you anything else, I just want to say, if you do like what I do, please like and subscribe. So overall, let's have a look at what we've built here. So on a whole, compared to the other animatronics, like let's say Bonnie, for instance, this is a much more textured build because, of course, you know, Spring Bonnie is not exactly Springtrap just yet, at least from what the trailer is showing us. So I've kind of done a broad mix of yellow wool, yellow concrete, and of course the yellow terracotta with a mix of stripped oak wood, which I think make up a really nice color variation, and it just adds to that texture, because I always say if it's like a really flat wall, the best thing to do is just texture it up with new materials and it'll look so good even if there's nothing on it, if that makes sense. So if we go down to the bottom, we have Spring Bonnie's iconic feet. Now I tried my best not to show too much of the endoskeleton beneath because there are some tears in the skin. However, because this is a spring lock suit and most likely William Afton is going to be inside this, I sort of played it a bit vague with how much skin is really showing. I originally was going to have some pink terracotta, white terracotta, like so, just to show where William was actually wearing it. So if you want, you can actually replace this grey concrete on the neck here with some white terracotta if you want that to be a bit more obvious, but I like to play it vague. Now, apart from the main button on the front chest piece of the suit itself, the main iconic damage, so to speak, is on the head itself, because of course this is the thing he wears and is ultimately trapped in over the game's history. So this is where most of the damage has taken place. We've got loads of kind of tears in the fabric and all that jazz. Now we have some tears over on the back as well, but it's really at the head area where there's the most damage, well, at least in my opinion, because of course you've got one ear that has been completely ripped off the hinges. It's just kind of sort of decaying, but not at that final stage just as yet. And of course we have Springtrap's iconic eyes, which from the trailer seem to be the kind of animatronic eyes that just go over the user's face, if that makes sense. So I think the use of the clay block against the light grey concrete was a really nice choice in my opinion, and of course the prismarine sea lanterns just make a whole lot better in my opinion. So there we have it, Spring Bonnie from the Five Nights at Freddy's full movie trailer. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to get it out as fast as humanly possible as soon as I found out last night that the trailer had released. So I do hope you liked this video. My name has been Dr. Wasabi. I wish you a most pleasant good morning, and of course, as always, God bless. And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.